A short disclaimer before this episode. This episode was recorded on the day before the newest Tears of the Kingdom trailer released. So if you did not watch this new trailer because you want to go into the game as blind as possible, this episode is safe to listen to. Also, I could not use my normal microphone because of some audio issues. So please excuse how horrible I sometimes sound. Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Zeldatuber, and this time my guest is none other than Triforce Trends. Welcome on the channel.
Hola, hi. Hi, I'm here. Hi.
How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm great. I'm feeling just fantastic after. I mean, when we're recording this, it's the same day that the final trailer for Tears of the Kingdom has been announced, and it feels great right now. Whether I'll still be saying that this time tomorrow, I don't know. But...
That is actually something I really love about those, like recording those episodes so early in the month while releasing them super late in the month. Like after tomorrow, like I won't watch the trailer tomorrow. Actually, I decided against it because I guess it's gonna be a story trailer, and I just want to go.
Stuff.
I just want to go in as blind as possible. Like I even deleted Twitter off my phone. Like I just like go over a browser sometimes, being like, "Hello, just."
I did actually. I saw that. I did see that you were. You said that you were gonna be on Twitter as much a while back.
It was such a funny conversation. Like I was telling, like it was actually before the gameplay, the day before the gameplay, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna like start my social media like detox now with like trying to avoid spoilers. I mean, I watched the gameplay actually. Adam like told me it's absolutely safe to watch it, so I did watch it. But like, I basically deleted the app off my phone, right? Yeah. And like Adam was just like, I didn't think you would like delete the whole app. And I was just like, well, 99% of my feed is Zelda. Yeah. So it's so much easier for me to delete the app than to like go through Twitter and like mute words. Yeah. And like if I need to tweet something, or like if I like need to check a tweet, I just like, you know, access it on the browser. And even oh my god, you know how I have two Instagram accounts, one private and one like and basically I unfollowed every Zeldatuber, even Adam, on my private account. And when I access my public account, I don't look into my feed, I don't watch any stories, I just post something.
No, it's nice. It's the best way to be.
And the best thing is, with YouTube, like within the last week, I cultivated carefully an algorithm that shows me no Zelda. It's currently, it's just Skyrim.
Oh. Sounds like you're doing a good job, though.
Yeah. I deleted TikTok. I like it. It's super form detox, but like, yeah, basically the trailer is like shown tomorrow. I really hope it's gonna be a story trailer, just because I know everyone's like gagging for it. But this episode will probably release between like the 25th and the 30th, so super close to the actual game release, which is also very funny. My next guest is gonna be Nintendo Play Crisis, right? Yeah. And I was like, well, he's gonna be the May episode. So recording would be somewhere between like the beginning of May and the mid of May. So like right around the Tears of the Kingdom release. And like I can't be like, I know the game's coming out on the 13th. Wanna like call on the 15th or so? Like, you know, that man's gonna be busy. So we're actually gonna record like in the first week of May before the game comes out. And like the episode releases like 2 weeks after the game release.
Like, yeah, nice idea, great idea.
I'm like so looking forward to that episode, because it's like gonna be like, what are your hopes? And when it releases, we're gonna be like, oh, okay, that actually happened, or did it not happen?
Looking back at hopes like that is always really funny.
It is my biggest problem just with the game is it it comes out on the 13th, right?
Yeah.
And the 10th is my birthday. And so obviously, the obvious choice was that's gonna be my birthday present from Adam. But because he actually ordered me the collector's edition that arrives at his home, right? So I won't
Yeah.
actually get the game on the 13th. I
Yeah,
will get
I
it.
was wondering about that because Adam, every now and then Adam will tell me, and I'm like, well, how's that work?
Yeah, I'm like gonna fly out to Scotland on like the 25th or 26th.
Oh
And that
no.
is basically when I'll get the game. And
Oh.
then like obviously I can't play it immediately because like we're gonna like be busy, wanna go like on a camping trip and everything. Like I won't be able to play this game for like at least 3 weeks in total after release, where I'm just like gonna have to wait. Like it's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be very tough. Wow.
It will
I,
be.
well done you. I wouldn't be able to get through that. I do have a friend, a little small YouTuber friend, Fake Phantom,
Mm,
who they can't play it until June, and
no.
I and he's in like the YouTube space and everything, like fairly big. I think they're on like 500 subscribers. Would really like to like make content on it, but he physically can't until June. I'm like, oh, I could never do that. I would cry.
Oh, that is so sad. That is just yeah. Like I'm just sitting here, like it's like it feels like all those like Marvel movies all over again, where like you had to like either go in the release night or you had to like block. Like I
Yeah.
remember when I was big on Marvel, I couldn't watch Black Panther for like 2 weeks. I had to mute
Oh,
everything on social media because I was so big in Marvel back. Like I'm not anymore, but like back in the day, it was huge for me. And
I had Endgame spoiled for me the day before I went to watch it.
oh no! Oh, that's
I know.
yeah. Endgame. Actually, I went for the midnight release.
Oh, I wish
Like
I did.
I had to. Like I just knew, and I went for it. I was sick actually. I was sick, and I went to the midnight release, and I brought a box of tissues with me, and I cried so much. It was
Oh.
just- and the next day, I had uni at 8, so I had to get up at 6. But I only got into bed around 4. It was
Oh, that's
so bad.
cool.
It was so bad. But yeah,
Anyway,
that's
back from Marvel.
back to the actual video, which is gonna be a nice interview. I'm super excited to have you here for this one. I wanted to have you fairly early because, obviously, you being a friend of Adam, I've seen you grown in the past year, and I just love how like big your channel already is. I've seen you close to 6,000K now. Like that is so cool.
Yeah,
Um,
it's getting so close.
yeah,
It's so cool.
I'm so excited for you. Like, it's gonna be so interesting to see what like Tears of the Kingdom does with like all of those, like quotation mark smaller channels like yours.
Yeah, you're
Like
absolutely
you're
right. Like,
probably gonna like zoom to 100K in no time.
yeah, or Nehru, it's like specifically there is a few that I 100% want to blow up, and it's Nehru, it's Ace Monkey, and it's Tyler Townsend. Those are the three that I really want to. I mean, everyone else blow up all you want. I said to your friend, but those three, they really deserve it.
Oh, I agree with those actually, like 100%. Like, it's just there are so many smaller channels that like I'm just so obsessed with. Where I really hope that like Tears of the Kingdom will like give them the
Yeah,
push
the
that they
boost.
need. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, back to you. How did you get into Zelda? How did it all start?
Technically, it depends. I'm gonna go way back first. I was like really big into Skyward Sword actually, because I'm fairly young in the realm of Zeldatubers, I think. About to be 20 in 4 months. That's not about to be. I'm gonna be 20 in 4 months. Um, but I played a lot of Skyward Sword with my mum at the time, and just really, I really liked the game. We only ever got to like Skyview, and then we'd restart it, and then we got to Skyview, and then we'd restart it. And for some reason, that was just a thing that used to happen when I was a kid. I'd start games and then I'd restart them like 5 minutes later. But but after that, I kind of didn't really do much with the series for a while. I played through Twilight Princess a few times. Funnily enough, to actually to start learning to read, I actually played Twilight Princess. I used to like read out all the quotes to my mom, and she'd be like, "Yep, yep, you said that one well." It's like I'm reading out Midna quotes, and she says something about Link being an idiot, and she's like, "Yep, well done. Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then yeah, and then I didn't do really much with the series. My mum showed me the Zelda U Tech demo from like 2014. No, further back. Like I can't remember what year it was, but the tech demo that looks like Twilight Princess and has the giant Armagoma.
I
We
don't know what you're talking about, but like,
Wait,
I guess the viewers will know.
yeah, they might do. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna try and find it while I'm talking. But yeah, we used Zelda. It's from 11 years ago. Wait, actually 11 years ago isn't that far wrong. 2011. Man, it was just before Skyward Sword came out. Anyway, I saw like this cool looking thing. It was like this Wii U Zelda that wasn't Breath of the Wild at the time. And I was like, dude, I love Twilight Princess. I want to play that one. And then eventually my mum also showed me Breath of the Wild's like 2017 trailer. The one that everyone loves, obviously. Because I wasn't a fan at that point. And I thought it looked really cool, but it didn't like bring me back into the series much. Then this is so long-winded. Then I kind of did nothing again until 2019 or 2018 more so. The end of 2018. Had a friend over for a sleepover and saw Wind Waker HD on the shelf, which I hadn't even played before despite owning it. And then just went, you know what? Let's play Wind Waker today. So I played Wind Waker and finished it in 2 days. And then I went through every single game one by one. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, those were the first two. I remember that much. Played through Ocarina of Time 3D, which was technically my first game I remember playing, but yeah. Went through every single game, came back to Twilight Princess, loved that one the most. While I was playing through every single game, I watched Zeldatubers. Yeah, that's how I got into Zelda. Kinda Zeldatubers more so than the games to a certain extent.
I can totally see that, to be honest. I love that like you shared that experience with your mom. And also the learning reading part that reminded me so much of my childhood, like playing with my
Oh yeah.
brother. Like my brother and I when we were like smaller, like on Windows XP there was like so many games, like so many like my parents bought us mostly like good learning games. Like and where you had to like
Yeah.
spelling and like like primary school math and everything.
Yeah.
And that is just like experience. Like I was like the backseat gamer. I would always like sit on the what's it called? Yeah, English is failing me right now. The arm thing of a chair.
Oh, yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like I would always like sit on it like as a 3-year-old child, like holding onto my brother's shoulder, like looking over his shoulder, like just watching what he's doing.
The arm seat gamer.
Yes. But like I love how often like family is involved. Like Adam got it like found it through his dad, Monster Maze through his cousins and everything, and like through your mom. I just love that. Like
Yeah, I think that's kind of I think that's one thing that goes through like Nintendo consoles more so. Like
yeah,
because
they're
they're
very
so
family
family friendly.
friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like everyone always just loves a Nintendo console. So
yeah.
yeah.
Funnily enough, I never. I mean, that's not entirely true. Like, as kids, my brother had a Game Boy Color, and then a Game Boy Advance, like the not
PSP,
the purple one, but like the one that you could like open.
Yeah, the folding one. Yeah, the SP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is all we had. And computers. Like was literally all we had. My very own first console was actually when I bought myself a Switch in 2020. No, in 20. Did I buy my Switch I bought it in 29. No, wait. In 2020, yeah, I bought the Switch in 2020.
I mean,
That was my actual first, my actual like the first console I owned for myself.
yeah. I mean, there's no disrespect there. We love the Switch. The Switch. I mean, the Switch is genuinely a really good console.
It is. I love it. But like, yeah, I still sometimes like steal my brother's. It was actually it's a Pikachu yellow one. It's
Oh,
a Pikachu one.
I've got a Triforce one somewhere. I'm not gonna find it, but
Oh, that is so
it's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, but no, I still sometimes steal my brother's old Game Boy and just like play the game.
Just to make a
Um,
point.
so I'm gonna like guess here for the second question, but like you watching Zeldatuber, did that inspire you to like start your own channel or like?
Well, kinda. I mean, mostly, yeah. I had another channel which I will not disclose, but actually you can find the link to it on my channel to this day somewhere. But I used to have an old channel when I was younger, and I love the idea of making videos just in general. But I never really fit into like any sort of niche or like just no community really. Because I mean I'm gonna make a whole thing on this game at some point, but Resident Evil 7 in 2017 was kind of my gateway to video games that were actually good. Instead of like, your normal your Call of Duty and like your FIFA. Me and Adam were actually speaking about that earlier, but yeah, that kind of thing. I kind of didn't really play any like really good single player games till 2017, and then kind of opened up to Zelda, and then that was definitely the community that I felt like I would have fit the most in. I did like as much research as I thought I could, which wasn't enough, by the way. I'm still trying to learn things, but but I love the idea of it, and then we had to come up with the name, and I've got a very good friend called Brandoge in the Discord anyway, and we were talking about names for the channel, and he was like, Triforce is a big part of Zelda. I was like, yeah, I like Triforce, and kind of got that bit out of the way, and he was like, but what about the second bit? We kind of sat there and like, I think somewhere on my old phone, there's probably some notes. I had like 5 names. I was like, Triforce. I'm pretty sure Triforce Truths was actually one, which is funny because some guy used to have that. Triforce Times was also one in that notepad, and somebody else has also got that now. I can't remember any of the others though. But then we looked. I think Triforce Trivia was actually one of them as well, which is kind of funny now. But and then Triforce Trends stuck out to me because of the old YouTuber Best Trends, who used to do like top tens and stuff. And I just sat there and I was like, we used to make fun of him, so we were just like, yeah, why not? We'll name the channel after that. Why not? But yeah, that long-winded way to say I loved the Zelda community and just decided on a name and just went, I'm just gonna make stuff, and I didn't make stuff weekly until the start of 2020. But yeah, that's it.
I love that. I love how a name came on. Like that's just like sitting down and like thinking about it. I remember this channel, like the Max Hyrule one, is actually I think I created it in like 2014,
Oh wow.
and it was called like it was a German name before that.
Yeah.
Because okay, so my name is Merlin. Like that is my legal given name is Merlin. And like obviously, like as a child, when people were like, "Oh, what's your name?" Like I still say, "Oh, my name's Merlin," like the wizard.
Oh yeah.
And so and not just because my name, also like just in general, I am obsessed with everything that has to do with witches, with
Yeah, like fantasy
witchcraft,
stuff.
and like
Yeah.
yeah, but like also just like I generally
Yeah.
like sit down and like make spell jars on my own and everything. Like I just like I'm just drawn to all that kind of stuff. And so in German, the word for witch is Hexe. And like I was like, oh, so I obviously I want something like with like like with that with like witch or with Hexe or so. And I think the very first name of this channel was actually like the German word, like word for word translation of like witch beast, like beast of a witch, like something like that basically.
Yeah.
Because like I was like I don't know, in 2014 I was like 18. I think it was maybe a bit older. Like I was like 17 or 18 at that time, and I was still very much an edgy teenager.
Yeah, the edgy.
Like,
Yeah.
like so much. And like I just kept that channel name. I think I kept that channel name until I changed it to Mother Hyrule. Like, that was just like basically no, I did change it to Merlin the Witch. After like at one point I like made all my socials, I made it like Merlin the Witch because like obviously, like Merlin the Wizard, but I'm not a wizard. And at that time I mean, even though I knew I was Envy, I didn't really like, say yet that I was Envy. Like Merlin the
Yeah.
Witch is still like my private like name and everything. Like it's just my handle everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, and so it was Merlin the Witch for a while. And like obviously then it became Mother Hyrule because Adam and I sat down and we were like, what are we gonna name like my channel if I do a channel? And I was like, oh, I kind of want something that kind of matches yours with the HG. I also want something that you can like, you know, have with like just two letters and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because on his Discord server in 2020, that's actually a huge reason how we got together was a running gag of me being the server mom. And that's basically where a mother part came from, like me being the server mother and everything, and
Yeah.
just so it like kind of evolved into Mother Hyrule. And like now, this is actually the first video with my new channel name.
Oh yeah, it would be,
It
wouldn't it?
is, yeah. So for everyone who hasn't realized it yet, I changed my channel name. It's not Mother Hyrule anymore. It is Mix Hyrule because I am non-binary and I just cannot identify with the word mother anymore. So yeah, it's MM now. No, it's still MH, Mix Hyrule, but like I changed it. Also, Adam's idea actually, because I was like sitting there, I still want to keep the MH, but I don't know what to do. And he was like, why not just use MX? And I was like, oh yeah, that's smart actually.
Adam's too smart with rebranding ideas.
He is. He's like constantly reprinting something on his channel. Like it looks amazing. Like I love his new logo. I love his new banner, honestly.
Yeah, I like your new intro as well.
I'm a bit sad about the new intro.
Oh.
I tell you why. So with the old intro, right? I picked the music.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I
It's
picked the
personal.
music, right? And now he just changed. No, I love the new intro. It looks amazing. It fits the over. Like I love it. I'm just.
You love it but hate it.
Nah, it's amazing. It fits so well. Also because it's like shorter. It's just like we love a nice short intro. I love long intros for like my videos, but like overall we love a good short nice intro. But yeah, like he's always like super creative. Like he's always like doing something. So
Yeah, he really is.
yeah, it's actually, oh my god, it's so. He always asks me about thumbnails, right? He's always like, "Oh, do you think this looks better or that looks better?" And sometimes I don't even see the difference, right? But apparently it's something huge, and I'm just like, "What is the difference?" He's like, "Oh, we're shading here, or oh, it's a bit lighter there," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And now he can't ask me anymore because like I'm just gonna be like, "Nope, thumbnails are gonna be spoilers from now on."
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And he's just like, "I'm gonna just ask Edward." But yeah, I'm actually so glad you guys are friends now. Like it's just so cool. Like he has someone
Yeah.
that he can like constantly talks about everything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely never thought it. I mean, I'll admit, I was just a huge fan. I was like, when we first talked in like what, September-ish time, we we just like it was kind of just, oh yeah, here's a collab idea. Let's talk about it in a call while we're playing Splatoon because it just came out. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's do that. And we like had a really nice talk, like 3 hours. Said some stuff, like so a lot of like personal, like old YouTube stuff. And then like, I don't know, we just kept calling, and now it's like a weekly call at least, and we will randomly message like daily.
I know,
Yeah,
it's so sweet. It's a whole bromance.
The Cave Boys as well. Oh, the Cave Boys. Oh, I love it.
I love that too. What coming back to a video? I see this is gonna be my longest episode, but I love it. this is the first time we're actually talking, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've
That is
definitely interacted on like
Yeah, I
Twitter
mean,
and stuff. That's
we
it.
chatted and everything. Like, obviously, like, like, through Adam, I know a lot. But, like, this is
Yeah.
the first time we're actually sitting down for a chat. This is amazing. I love this.
This is when the partner meets the friend, and it's. I feel
And
like
they're just
I'm
hitting it off.
yeah. I feel like I'm being tested at every hurdle. Oh no.
Okay, what is your favorite thing about the Zelda community?
They're very passionate. I've thought about this answer a lot. They're very passionate, and sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. Because I absolutely love the community, but if they're too passionate on an idea, it can soon like spiral into like, okay, but this idea is the only right idea. Do you understand? And I'm like, "Oh, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
it's my favorite thing about them because if people weren't passionate, then the community would fall apart. But
Yeah.
I also see the problems in it. I also think just I think Monster Maze said this in that episode, but I also love just the creativity as well. Like if we're talking through creators, I do really like how different everyone's content is, I'd say.
Yeah, but I think even though everyone's really different, it still mixes well with each other.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think every creator
Has the
can
opportunity to
collab
collab.
with each
Yeah,
other. Like,
yeah, for sure.
no one is too different. I want Adam's ass on a Quinbo Bin collab since months. Like, I see it coming. Like I just had this fantastic idea for a collab of both of them. But like now that the game's coming out next month, it just wouldn't
Yeah,
fit
it's too
anymore.
close,
But
yeah.
like I'm just such a huge fangirl and I just want them to collab. But you know what? Now I'm gonna ask Quinn Bobbin to feature in one of my videos.
It's the only way.
This is the way. What is your favorite Zelda game? I figure it's Twilight Princess just because of your
Yeah.
reaction.
Um, Definitely Twilight Princess. I have. I've never admitted this, but I do have moments where maybe it's Ocarina of Time. Uh,
I
but
mean, I get that.
yeah, I love that exactly that style, the Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time style. There have been moments where I've really considered Breath of the Wild. I say this in everything I'm ever featured on, but I hate the term that Breath of the Wild isn't a Zelda game, but at the same time, that's exactly how I think about it, so I can't even like speak against it because
I think
I
it's
think
just
it's
its very own thing.
yeah, I think
Even
Breath
though
of the
it's
Wild is
inherently Zelda.
yeah, I think Breath of the Wild is like it's my favorite game of all time, or at the very least, it's top three. It'll probably get knocked down after Tears of the Kingdom comes out, but for now, it's top three.
Oh my god. I
But
have a confession to
yeah,
make today.
go on, go on.
This is gonna sound so bad, but I'm kinda, in a way, not excited for Tears of the Kingdom.
Whoa,
I
what?
know! This is such a shocker, isn't it? But like,
Wow.
I don't know if you saw that tweet, but like a few months ago, I actually tweeted about like how I'm mourning for Breath of the Wild. Like, it actually came about,
Yeah.
GameSpot. There are things you didn't know about Breath of the Wild series.
Oh yeah.
And in one of the genuine videos I saw, I think they mentioned like, oh, this is like one of the last videos in this series before we move on to Tears of the Kingdom. And I was like,
Yeah.
I get that, but like, there's still stuff about Breath of the Wild, like even now, like I don't know, 5, 6 years later, there's still things coming out, and obviously with Tears of the Kingdom, like there's gonna be a hype and like there's new stuff, but like I love Breath of the Wild a lot.
Yeah.
Without Breath of the Wild, Adam and I wouldn't be a couple. Without Breath of the Wild, I wouldn't have a lot of friends. Like, it's just Breath of the Wild changed a lot in my life, and Breath of the Wild is a game that I can like put on every day and play for a few hours and enjoy it. And
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, I'm deeply afraid of change.
Oh, I
And
see.
and Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be a huge change. And also, just watching the gameplay, it already overwhelmed me.
Yeah.
There's just so much stuff. alone from refusing. Like it's amazing, like creativity to no end. But like I'm so deeply scared of being too overwhelmed by the game. Like I really hope they ease us in. So like, like, like I am excited. Like I am looking forward to the story. I am excited, but I'm very very nervous. Just very. I think not excited was like the wrong. Like I'm more scared, but like
Yeah, scared.
it's
I think that's
just
fair.
like, and I'm because I'm so hung up on Breath of the Wild in a way. I'm feeling so sorry for Breath of the Wild because it's gonna be so like on the back burner of a stove. It's gonna be like, well, you had your run, goodbye. Go collect dust on a bookshelf. like, and you're just like, I don't know. It's change, and I don't deal well with change. It's also the first major like release that I experienced in the Zelda series.
Yeah.
Like the Skyward Sword was just a remake, and Age of Calamity was just a Hyrule Warriors game. So I don't know. I'm nervous.
Yeah, nerves can be. Yeah, they do kick in sometimes for sure.
Yeah. So I figure to come back to the interview. I just love talking to you. This is amazing. This is more a podcast than an interview, but I don't care. It's cool.
Ah, yes, the
This is
podcast.
gonna be the weirdest episode of them all, probably like the most all over the place. But like, I don't care. I love this. This is so cool. Seeing as Twilight Princess is your favorite
Oh,
Zelda game.
I already know where you're going. It's Midna. It's
It's
Midna.
Midna.
My favorite companion is Midna. Yes, you're right. Do I have
But
to explain? No, I do not.
no, you don't know. I honestly think that Monster Maze had it spot on in his explanation in the last
Yeah, you're right.
episode.
I rewatched that one actually today, and yeah, you're
Oh.
100% right. I can't do it any more justice.
I honestly, I'm gonna take bets beforehand now if a person I'm gonna ask is gonna say Midna or not. I wonder who the first person who's not gonna say Midna will be.
You know what? Just to stray a little bit, I think I also really like Linebeck more than most people. I really love Linebeck. But yeah, no, not as much as Midna though.
Yeah, everyone knows Midna. Mine is Navi.
Oh.
Do
No, I'm
you
not
know
gonna
what?
ask.
No, I can explain. So I'm a person. You know, I've been an edgy teenager. And even with 20, basically 27. Oh my god, I'm turning 27 next year. Oh my god. Even with 26, I'm still edgy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if there's one thing I know about the Zelda community, it's that they dislike Navi.
yeah,
So Navi
for
had
sure.
to be my favorite character, okay? I didn't care. I didn't care. Navi was my favorite character. End of discussion. Then I played Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't regret it. She's still my favorite. She's a lovely baby. Like, I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram or not, but I actually have a huge, like a mouse pad, but like a huge mat.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just Navi. It's just,
Oh,
I, even,
really?
I
Wow.
even have a Navi tattoo. Like, she's, like, I chose her for all the wrong reasons, but I stick with it. Like,
Yeah,
she's
that's fair.
lovely.
Yeah.
Like, Adam and I, we actually have promise rings, right?
Yeah.
And mine actually says, "Hey, listen," inside.
Wait. Nice. Love the sentiment.
But I do have to agree. I think personality-wise, Midna is top tier. Like,
Yeah, the character arc is great.
mm, I, I don't know. I kind of want to see if Zelda will ever make a companion again. And like,
I do wonder if they're going to go back to a fairy companion at some point from time to
yeah,
time. Just because, I don't know, they seem to really like doing that around, I mean, even with Phantom Hourglass as well.
Yeah. I honestly think, I mean, I can see why, like, with Breath of the Wild and even Tears of the Kingdom, like, why there's no companion. But, like, I would have loved a little, like, Korra companion for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah, yeah.
just like a little, like, a mascot, like, sitting on Link's shoulders.
A little minish buddy.
Yeah, oh my god. I hate that they actually excluded the Minish. I really hope we see, like, that is, I know it's unlikely, but that is my one big hope, is that we see the Minish in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the
As long as it's a
artwork
hope and
they
not an
have,
expectation, then yeah.
yeah, I don't think they will, but
Yeah.
that would be my secret dream for the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Knowing your favorite companion now, who's your favorite non-playable character?
Uh, I've actually given this a fair bit of thought, and I'm still giving it thought, and I didn't come up with an answer. So you got to give me a sec. I do kind of have an answer, and it's Bolson, the Tarrytown quest dude. I
I
really
love
like him.
that.
I, I don't know. There's something the guy just wants some love and a new village, and I can relate. What a nice guy. I also build villages in my spare time. Uh, specifically in Animal Crossing. Uh, but I think, yeah, I really like Bolson as a character. I'm not going to expand too much. I don't think I could expand too much. He's very 2D, two-dimensional, but I do like him as a character.
I love that answer. That's very well thought through.
Yeah, that's a whole like 2 hours of thought gone into that one.
And what is your favorite theory about any Zelda game?
Funny thing is, I came up with my least favorite, but I didn't come up with my favorite.
Well, then tell
No,
us your least favorite. I don't care. I'm fine with that too.
okay, no, I can give you a quick favorite because I think it's always the one that comes to mind. The Forgotten Temple theory from Zeltic.
Mm,
I always loved that the idea that the Forgotten Temple is actually the sealed grounds or sealed temple, I guess you could say, but the sealed grounds. I always loved that idea.
it is. It's by now. I think it's a very iconic theory within the Zelda realm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's probably pretty cliche just because of how many views that video got. Because I'll look at Zeltic's most popular sometimes just to like see what's hit in the past, and
Mm.
it's like, oh, the Forgotten Temple theory. I remember that one. That one slaps.
I mean, it is. It has a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah,
deserves. Like,
yeah.
it's an amazing. Honestly, I said that to Adam before. Celtic is actually the only Zeldatuber that I'm actually nervous about asking for this
Oh yeah,
series, because I I know Jordan, like I know Bandit, like obviously like with Monster Maze I had previous, like it was easy. It was like I knew, okay, those, like I know how to contact. I'm like Discord friends with them, like they know me, they know I'm Adams, like you know what I mean? They know I'm not just
yeah,
a random person. Like they um know me from Twitter and everything. So like okay, no problem there. NBC, I was also nervous, but like Adam was very like, oh, he's like the most chill person. Like, don't worry, just like email him.
yeah.
And
He
like he
really
was, he
is.
just immediately
Yeah,
emailed me back, and he was like, oh yeah, like here this. Like I was like, hey, listen, I made this tweet a few months back about like what would you like to ask Zeldatuber's. You, as a meme, replied with like, oh my god, was so nice world, but like I do want to include this question because it's fun, you know, as like the last question. Can I actually use your audio bit for that? And he just worked like he just said, hey, yeah, sure, and also yeah, I would like love to feature. Here's what, like he just sent me the audio. Like I didn't have to like actually edit it from any, like you know what I mean. He just sent me
yeah,
the clip and all that, and like it was like it's just so lovely, you know what I mean. But, like with Celtic, I'm really like so nervous to like reach out and to like, and I want to like have already like I already want to have the NBC video out for that, and like maybe even
yeah,
already
yeah.
like have a band, like you know what I mean. Like I want to have like as you,
Everybody.
yeah, like I want to have like, see, I already asked all of these people.
The
Do you
Smash
want?
Brothers Ultimate of
Like
Zeldatuber.
I asked all the other big Zeldatuber, so like, do you want to? So like, yeah, I don't know. Like he's the only one where I'm really nervous about, and where I also can see myself being super nervous during the
If
actual interview.
I mean, if it helps, I haven't spoken to him much, but he is a sweetheart from what I've at
Yeah,
least heard from Adam and
yeah,
what I've
Adam says so.
experienced.
Yeah.
I sent him like the link to the OLED Switch, which in the UK at least is like everywhere now, and he
Mm.
just he's like, oh thanks man, sent some hearts, like oh it's all good. But yeah, he's nice. You should be fine. He won't like he won't like knock you out or anything, so you're fine.
Okay. We asked, what is your least favorite?
Oh, my least favorite. I do actually
Yeah.
have an answer for this. It's funny because I don't actually hate the theory. In fact, I actually, when I didn't know as much about the series, I actually got on board with it like really quickly. But the theory that MatPat made that one time about Hyrule Warriors being the game that brings everything together
Mm.
before Breath of the Wild. And at the time, I really bought into it because like the blue scarf being blue, and like the champion's tunic being blue, and that was it. That was like the only bit of evidence that I needed as like a I don't know, and basically a non-Zelda fan. But I think looking back, I've rewatched that video a few times now, and I'm like, wow, for MatPat, this is pretty. It's had a few holes in it.
Funnily enough, I do not know what that theory is. I have not seen that video, but I will definitely check it out now.
I'll grab the link
Thank
now and I'll put it
you.
in.
So, um, for me, this second, it's midnight. It literally just hit midnight, so it is officially the 13th of April for me. So it's officially 1 month until the game comes out. So, what is your dream outcome for Tears of a Kingdom?
To be honest, I just hope it. I hope. I mean, I'm sorry to say this after the whole Breath of the Wild thing, but I hope that it's like the end. Not the end. I hope it's way better than Breath of the Wild in pretty much every respect. Which is also kind of its biggest problem at the same time, because I want a
Yeah,
reason to go back and play Breath of the Wild. I don't, like you said, I don't want to just shelve it and like you never go back to it, you never even talk about it. I would love to have a reason to go back to it, but at the same time, from what we've seen of Tears of the Kingdom, it's just Breath of the Wild but done better. So like the overworld, it looks like Breath of the Wild, except it's better. And then the crafting is Breath of the Wild, but it's better.
yeah. I think the
Yeah.
reason we'll go back to Breath of the Wild is purely for a story after Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, for
I
sure.
think,
I hope it. I really hope that Tears of the Kingdom actually makes it better in some
yeah,
way, which I think it probably will. But I do also think it's going to knock it down a lot of people's lists quite a bit.
yeah. I can totally see that happening too. So, we're roughly halfway through the questions.
Okay.
It is so funny. I mean, okay, I have to like edit out like 5 minutes in the beginning or so, but like we're just about hitting the 50-minute recording
Oh
mark,
no.
and this is where I'm normally done with my and we're just like halfway through. I don't care. I love this too much. This is my favorite episode. Like nothing against Adam or Dawn, but this is my favorite episode so far.
What do you mean? Adam's episode was awful. Come on.
It was. I was so nervous. And like I messed up so many things and we had to like add this. But yeah, we're halfway through a question, so it's trivia time. I have 3 questions. You just give me rapid, quick fire answers. It does not matter if they're wrong. Like it really doesn't matter. It's just for fun to like it actually I planned this because like the first 10 questions are really like dull. Like they're the whole like how did you get into Zelda, favorite companion, like you know what I mean. Like they're those like really standard questions. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put something in the middle to like shaking everything up. Like, I think we don't really need that, but like I don't care. So the very first question is, it's actually a quote. Who said a puppet that can no longer be used is mere garbage? This puppet's role has just ended.
Majora, right?
Yeah, it's Majora's Mask.
Oh,
That's that. Amazing. It's already 1 out of 3.
oh, first one. Oh, come on. Well, I'm the Triforce trivia guy. I should be able to do this. Come on.
I had to like look so hard to not accidentally like take a question that you already had, and like I actually might have. I'm not sure about the third one. I think you might have actually had that one in the trivia or like something about that. But it doesn't.
It,
You'll see it in a bit. But
yeah.
like, what is the fourth dungeon in the Minish Cap? Like, what's the name?
Ooh, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Oh, oh, I played through this last month. Okay, let me think. Okay, one is that. Two is that. I don't know. Oh, I could have this so wrong. Oh no. I'm gonna say. Ooh, I'm gonna say Fortress of Winds, but I don't know. I think it might be the fifth.
I have Temple of Droplets written down.
The droplets. Yeah, you're right. You are 100% right. In my mind, Temple of Droplets was the first dungeon. I can't remember the first dungeon's name now. Oh, that's tough.
But
Never mind.
the thing is, I actually wrote it down from memory first, and I just remembered, like, like that it's icy. So I was just like, oh, Temple of Ice. And I was like, I should maybe look for an actual name.
Oh
And
yeah, because it's Fortress of Winds is the third one. I'm stupid. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
And what is the frog mask in Majora's Mask called?
Oh, this one was in my in the thing, and God, this one's actually a hard one. I remember think it's
The thing is,
it's wait, Don, yeah, Don Gero's mask, John Hero's mask, something like that.
yeah,
Oh,
Dungaro.
oh,
I
thank the
think that's how
Lord.
it's pronounced. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
But yeah,
probably.
Dungaro's mask. Yeah, that's correct. You see,
Yeah, that I
two
remember
out of
making that question.
three.
I remember making that question and thinking, oh, I can't even remember that.
The best thing was like I watched all the trivia things, especially like the ones with Adam. I tried to
Oh
watch
yeah,
like live, and the others I at least tried to like rewatch eventually. But I remember I don't really remember what the question was, but it was about like that it's a frog warrior, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember just screaming at my screen, being like, "Oh my god, Adam! Like, how can you not get this?" Honestly, the amount of rage I have during your trivia sometimes about people not knowing the answer.
Yeah, I can feel that. It's
like, like,
having the answers next to me while people are answering it, it's really hard to just not go, are you dumb? Are you dumb? You
yeah.
should know this.
Honestly, the amount of times where Adam had to like got it talking afterwards, I was just like, "How could you not know this? Like, honestly, like this is so easy. We just talked about this like last week." Oh, that's my headphones fucking up. I think again.
Oh no, oh no.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna like turn them out off and on again. Like.
Yeah, no problem. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, I know that like you're losing power. Okay. Voice and video. Ah! Why are they not working? I hate my life so much sometimes. I'm gonna try red ones again. Maybe they work now. Can you say something? No, they just don't work.
Oh no.
It was going so well. Did it? Can we say? Oh, the freak out. Huh? Can you say something?
Hello?
Okay, it works again.
Hey! Hey!
Okay.
Oh yeah, actually,
Short
there's
essay.
that game theory video.
Thank you. I'm gonna watch it later.
Yeah, it's the thing is the video is like very well structured, but God, it annoys me.
Okay, continuing on.
Yes.
Is there one thing you really want to see introduced into the Zelda series? Like, is there like a game mechanic? Oh my god, the game mechanic in Tears of the Kingdom like gives me so much joy. But like, is there like a game mechanic or something lore-wise, or like certain enemies that haven't been there before that you really want to see?
Uh, I don't know. No, I think just in general, just like I want to see. This is such a cliche coming from a cave boy, but in general, I want to see caves reintroduced after Twilight Princess, obviously, and I just want them to be good. So that's basically my main hope, especially for Tears of the Kingdom as well. But in terms of like brand new stuff, I this is also kind of reintroduced stuff, but I want to see more like spider-based enemies. I hate spiders, but that also I don't know that a giant spider fighting a giant spider in a video game, it makes me feel good because it's like overcoming a fear almost.
You know, you and Adam, you're really meant to be.
Yeah, we've
Like,
talked about spiders before for sure. I remember.
you, you were drawn together and you found each other.
Yeah, no. Barring that though, to be honest, I'm just happy with the series. Smiley face.
Aww, cringe. This question is by my friend Tony, and Tony asks, when the Korax acquire guns and take their revenge upon us, will you be spared?
Well, okay. Let me think about this one logically. First of all, thank you for the question, Tony. Second of all, second of all, um, when the Korok's quite cool. When you see, the problem is, I never got all 900 Koroks, which means there is probably about 600 Koroks out there, or maybe like 550, who would really like to kill me. Like they are still hiding. They are they are terrified of me, and I don't know. I'm I'm just I'm a little bit scared of them. So I think I wouldn't be spared. I think they'd kill me.
Funnily enough, I really want to get a Korok tattoo one day, right? Like,
Yeah.
and because of this question, I'm actually like, thinking of giving it a small gun.
It's a good question. It's a perfect question.
It's also it's just such a Tony question. I love it. um, oh my god, that's my biggest achievement. Um, Adam had Breath of the Wild since day one, right?
Yeah.
I had Breath of the Wild since August 2020, right?
Yeah.
I 100%ed the game in early November. Like I played it basically in 3 months. 100%ed the game, plus like all the medals and all the armor on 4 stars.
Oh yeah.
Adam has still not all Korax.
Oh, you know what though? I really don't blame him. I think I've actually, like in a non-joking manner, I think I'm at like 793 or something, and my brain it fizzled out after like the 750th. My brain just went nope. I don't need the Korok. I don't need the Korok's crap.
Honestly,
Good.
I have to admit I would never do that again.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. But I'll bet it would feel nice to do it once. Maybe one day I will when Breath of the Wild is collecting dust.
The kind of rage I had for certain Korax, like there's one in the icy region. I forgot the name. Like basically up Mount Lanayru, right?
Oh yeah.
Between Hateno Village and Mount Lanayru. There's this one Korok that's like super high up in the air, and like if you watch YouTubers play it, there's people that like stasis trees and like hop onto those stasis trees to like reach it and
Yeah.
everything. It's absolute carnage to get that fucking Korok, and like the rage I had for a few of those Koroks where I tried
Yeah.
things 50 times. So it reminded me of Majora's Mask's the Goron task on the moon.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
The
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is, I played that on my best friend's 3DS, and her Joy-Con was stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
I needed for that Goron bit 7 days.
Wow.
Like I never ever in my life will finish Majora's Masks again. Like I don't care if I play it on a brand new 3DS. I don't care. Adam actually got me the Majora's Mask 3DS for my birthday 2 years ago. I don't care. Like the Joy-Con
Okay.
fit is perfect. I don't care. I will never ever ever play that again. Coming back to it, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the lack of consistency of like um I think I worded that
Yeah. You
question
mean
super
Hyrule
weird.
Geography, don't you? I
Yeah,
guess.
like of like
Yeah.
what is your thoughts on the lack of consistency of geography, which you can perfectly see in Monster Maze's video
Yeah.
series
The
of the
evolution
character.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I uh I wouldn't say the thing is I'm not so I guess passionate about like the whole timeline thing as a lot of people. But I also really think I don't think it's dumb because the thing is they couldn't have planned for it. But I do think it's it's kind of like I feel like they could do better in the future at least, and I hope they do. My I mean, this isn't a theory of mine, obviously, because it's like everywhere. But I'm hoping that Tears of the Kingdom is somewhat of a start of not a new timeline, I guess, but like a new era of the timeline or something, where it's just consistent from now on, where things can just happen. Just because the older games, some of them were made with the timeline in mind, some of them weren't, and it can get really muddled up when you actually look at like, especially Monster Maze probably mentioned this, I can't remember, but like the Lost Woods in Link to the Past.
Mm.
That is crazy. It's like the top left, where everywhere
Yeah.
else it's like the bottom or something like that. I can't remember. Or like I don't know. It doesn't bother me too much, but I hope it in the future it is slightly better. The consistency.
I agree with that. Like I don't care that much, but like I also hope it will be better.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna skip that question. Just um I'm also gonna skip that question. You kind of answered this question before. Do you think Breath of the Wild ruined the classic Zelda?
I don't think it ruined classic Zelda. I think it. I think it's a good. I don't know. I think Tears of the Kingdom, if it does do what it looks to be setting out to do well enough, I think it could just be the Zelda formula with just absolutely perfectly executed, just perfectly made. And I kind of hope that's the way it goes because I think open dungeons is the series at its best. And I also
Yeah.
think but I also think Breath of the Wild's open world with cool dungeons like I hate to bring this up, but Twilight Princess. My thought has always been Breath of the Wild plus Twilight Princess would make by far my favorite Zelda game.
I
Yeah,
understand that. I actually, you know what I'm also a bit scared of with like Tears of the Kingdom? I know a lot of people didn't like the shrines, right?
yeah,
But I think the shrines were perfect. As in, you had the four bigger dungeon-like
yeah,
things. Like, like I see the quests before you even enter the Divine Beast,
yeah,
like, like
yeah.
finding Tiba, shooting the things, then like, like all of those things, or like even walking up I forgot the name.
Wait, let me think.
Like
Oh,
walking
Death
up the
Mountain.
volcano.
Yeah, Death Mountain. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Death
That's it.
Mountain, yeah. Walking up Death Mountain, like all of that is for me already, like part of the dungeons,
Yeah,
and I think obviously that is good. Like it could have been executed better, like like with actual like kind of dungeons, but like the shrines, I think were in major part of not making firstly like the map seeing empty, and secondly to like keep my mind busy. Like I loved those like bite-sized small puzzles, you know what I mean, like
yeah,
having like
yeah,
going into shrine having a nice puzzle, and like I loved that. And I know that like already Tears of the Kingdom looks really full, like there's gonna be caves, like we've seen that, like there's gonna be a lot of like stuff, but I really hope that there will be something like the shrines, like something small puzzle things that like so that I can have like fun during this like
Yeah.
map. Like that won't be too empty. Like I still hope for like actual dungeons, but I hope there's something
Yeah,
like with
there's something
shrines.
that yeah, I think to be honest, I've kind of changed my tune on this a lot the last couple of weeks. But I think to be honest, I at least I hope that the shrine-like things, just shrine-like, yeah, I hope shrine-like things come back. Just a different variant.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, yeah, 'cause
just
I don't know.
something that gives me like a bit of a brain tease, like while I'm
Oh,
walking throughout this map.
yeah, I do hope they're more themed to each like region, but that's
Yeah.
I think theming has only ever been my only problem with shrines. I think them as a whole I actually really like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love like coming back now. It's like 120, even more with the DLC shrines. And as
yeah,
soon as I enter a shrine, I know exactly how to solve it. I think it's
yeah,
just
yeah. It's great.
Do you think that theories are kind of just like fan fictions?
Yes, but I also think that the Zelda series in general or the Zelda team, sorry, I should say, does a good job at introducing fan fiction in. Like, they definitely listen to theories more so than I think a lot of developers do. So,
Yes.
like, I mean, maybe not with the Zonai stuff. Maybe that was always planned, but more so with I don't know, like uh. I'm trying, I should be able to think still. I had one in my head. But
Honestly, I
more
think they
so,
watch Point Crow.
yeah, yeah. But like I don't know, just a lot of theories that weren't really ever like the timeline. The timeline, that's one. Where
Yeah.
it was a lot of fan fiction, and then suddenly it came up in an interview, and Aonuma's like, "Yep, well, I've got the timeline. It's in my desk. It's in my desk." And then they finally released it, and people have problems with it. But yeah, I think they are definitely fan fiction, but I think the Zelda team do a very good job of introducing it to be a theory inside the series as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that answer. I'm a huge fan of fan fictions. I can't even tell you how many fan fictions I read per day. What is your playtime versus research ratio? Especially
Honestly,
like with Breath of the
yeah.
Wild.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have barely played Breath of the Wild the last 2 years. I have like obviously I'll use it. I'll go in there and I'll like technically play some for footage every week. But apart from that, I have barely played Breath of the Wild in a while. I played it on stream once, but pretty much whenever I play Breath of the Wild, it's on stream or when I'm like really relaxed. Or like I don't know, like I think I'm gonna die and I have to, have to like I don't know, play a load of games that I want to play. But I don't know. I think, yeah, yeah, I do quite. I don't think I do as much research as some people do, for sure. When you got like the Nintendo Black Crisis of the world, but I definitely do more research than I do playtime. At least of Breath of the Wild. Some of the other Zelda games, maybe. I played quite a lot of Skyward Sword recently. But apart from that, yeah.
Nice. I love how it's just the same for all of you. The next question is also kind of abundant, so I'm gonna leave that one on him. So we're actually coming to the last two questions now. Bandit Games, our beloved Bandit Games, asks if all of you Zeldutubers are actually the same person.
Well, I can't speak for anyone else. But I think there's actually, I don't know, like a few. I think there's two, maybe. There's there's Adam, and then there's everyone else. Because you can't mistake the accent of Adam. It's not. I mean, to be fair, anyone with an accent, you know what? That's it. Any English person. I am a clone of Celtic.
You
I'll say
are.
it. I'll say it. I'm a clone of
That's a
Celtic.
thing.
I've got
You
the same name as
even look
Celtic.
the part.
I have the exact same name as Celtic. I look like Celtic. I'm just younger. I was a clone. I am a clone. That's it.
You're actually his long lost brother. Oh my god, imagine if at one point it comes out you actually are brothers. It would be like, boom.
Now that's a theory.
Now that's a theory. A game theory. I
Oh,
do have to
God.
say,
Yeah.
Adam kind of lost his accent when it comes to videos. He really
Really,
tries a lot to like,
he does try.
be what, how do you say that in English? Audible? No, understandable? Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
English
the right
failing
word.
me.
Yeah, it's he's trying to be more understandable so people
Yeah,
people understand him. Yeah.
yeah. Like, well, it's so funny. Like, I always like teasing about like, oh, you lost your Scottish accent, and then I'm in Scotland, and he starts talking to his friends, and
Yeah.
like, I'm just sitting next to them, and I'm just like, okay, like, what are you talking about? Like the amount of time, like I'm priding myself, like I understand Northern English by now. Like when Louis
Yeah.
Tomlinson speaks, I understand that man. I get it. The Yorkshire accent, I don't fuck with that. I understand that. But when I'm at Adams, right, and his father starts talking, I
Oh no.
constantly have to be like, Gary, please slow down a bit and stop mumbling. Like it's just like, please, fucking like help of the amount of times where someone says something and I'm just looking at Adam and waiting for a translation.
Oh.
It's like I'm just like honestly like the only accent that I understand less like in like is Derbyshire. Like when I hear something like if I hear someone who's like from that kind of area, I'm just like sitting there like yeah no I'm lost. But that is a completely different language.
Nice. Nice. I've definitely grown with accents. It took me a long time to really. I mean, I kind of had to because there's a lot of different accents in the Zelda community,
Yeah.
especially around like I don't know, like the Netherlands and like the Norwegians and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think I can understand accents now, and Adam's accent was never a problem for me because I don't know. To be honest, I naturally just kind of gelled. I was like, yeah, whatever.
He really tones it down for
Yeah, the
non-Scottish
videos
people.
are
Trust
yeah.
me, like he really tones it down. Like even in conversation, like when he talks to me, he tones it down so much. When we're in the pub and he's talking to like that's the thing. Like I love his friends, right?
Yeah.
But like when they're talking, I'm really just standing there like
You're just
I'm
listening. You're like,
studying your
yeah,
language, right? Like I'm sitting in uni, like
this is your
studying this
Duolingo.
language. I have no idea what you're saying. No idea. And they're always like repeating it, and I'm just standing there. I feel like I just feel like it's a different language. I just feel like someone's calling gibberish to me. um, and the very last question, my favorite question, is Nintendo Flight Crisis asks, and I quote,
Oh my gosh, is that a Zone Ice Swirl?
Yes, it is.
yes, it is.
Mic drop. I was gonna actually try and drop the mic, but I can't be bothered. Maybe I'll unplug the mic instead. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Wait, I can't do it. What? Wait. I realized that you couldn't tell that I did it.
Thank
It is
you
a Zen
so
Yeah, no,
much.
it's completely fine. Don't worry.
Thank you so much for being on this channel, for doing this with me. I I don't know when I had this much fun in the last few months. Like, I actually have tears in my eyes because of it.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. I love this. We should do this more often.
I, I mean, I'm always down. I've always got free time, usually, anyway.
You know what? I might actually come back to this. I like just talked about it recently. Like actually today, I talked about it with a friend that I would love to like bring that back, like a kind of podcasty thing on this channel, just like in between whenever I like have like want to do it, like nothing
Yeah.
regular. And I was like, I just don't know with who. And like honestly, if you're down for it, I would love to sit down again and just talk about shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always down to talk about random shit.
Amazing. Okay, I have to let you go though because I
Yeah,
already got
I'm
messages from Adam like, "Hey, when are you guys done? How is it going?"
so do I. in the chat, I was like, I'm definitely going to be a little late. Zeke was like, yeah, just let us know. I was like, it should be around past. So I've at least perfectly got it down. That's good.
I love how Adam's like more asking like, "Hey, I want to call with Triforce," and like, "Hey, baby, I miss you. Want to
Please?
Nah, I had him a whole day. You can have him tonight.
Yay!
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I've probably got to go and talk to the boys.
Okay. Thank you again for featuring on this channel. I
No,
had a
thank
lot of
you for
fun.
yeah, thank you for actually having me. It's always cool to be invited to stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a really good episode. I can't wait for this one to go online and for people just to be like, what did
What were they talking about?
they
Adam? Accent?
say?
What?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you
I
soon, though.
wish you a good night, and for
Yeah,
all the
you too.
viewers out there, I hope you have an amazing day, night, morning, whatever, and I'll see you next time.